Hi, it's Grandpa Butler. It's time for another one of our art lessons. We're going to do another Monet sunset, this time the House of Parliament. We're going to use these colors here for the skies, a darker yellow, slightly darker orange for the water here, in addition to some of the touch of those up. For the House of Parliament's section, we're going to use this vermilion, Prussian blue, and whatever this turquoise green color is there. I already put a raw umber boat in here that was in this painting. Touch that down there, so we're done with those colors. And then we're going to spray it, wipe it, and then to give it that Monet look, we're going to bring down our brush here with white gouache here, touch it up here, and put a little bit of sparkles in the painting. Okay, let's see how it goes. Thank you for being here. I think we'll work from the top down, and so that means getting into the sky here. Yellow's in the original mostly up here, so I'm going to do this kind of up here instead of the Van Gogh, kind of doing little strips here and there. And so the mostly yellow's in there, and that's what we're gonna do. And then touches of orange. Go around the building here. The building here we did in pencil, kind of give us sort of bounds, as it were, here. And oranges over here. So these are our watercolor crayons. Grandpa uses them because they're ecologically nice in the sense they use a lot less water, there's a lot less waste. It's easy to take when I go on a trip or backpacking and work with them. Their downfall shortcoming relative to what we can do with standard watercolors is standard watercolors you can use several washes and do them more or less instantly, in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, as it were, right? And because you just soak your brush and wipe it across there, and then you're all done. You don't have to put these crayon marks here. But I think the crayons I found to be useful for the works we've done and posted previously, and also they can contribute to the art form itself by the way they work, they do things. And so we're going to put some of these up here in the upper skies and when we touch it up with our brush here, we're hoping those will be kind of globs here, and then we have another purple color we're going to be coming in here, and maybe we'll use that for kind of maybe outlining around the buildings, the horizon. So this is purple 1. That's the formal name of its color. And we're going to take purple 1 up into there, and now it's also known as periwinkle blue. Ooh, not even purple. And this one, does this have a purple? It has a, whatever that is, mauve in it. I think mauve was the name of just beautiful women, but mauve is also a color, huh? Interesting. So we're going to kind of try and mix some of these up here like Monet does. Little dashes of color here and there. So there we've got the kind of sky in here. And we can rub our brush and bring some of that color to the very edges, which we'll do. Well, let's get the building here. These colors I've rolled together. Okay. With the sea colors. Let's do the outline here in our Prussian blue of our major points here. Every once in a while, a kind of steeple-like thing, right, to indicate that that's a thing, and we'll just draw this up kind of. He doesn't have that distinguishing line in his work here for the difference between the bottom of the picture and where it's hitting the water, but we're going to do a little bit of that in there just because we feel like it, right? And that's why we do this art, just because we can express ourselves in it. So Grandpa's just going to do his funny little line in there to save time. Come down up here. And so a lot of this is kind of clunky, right? When you put it down here, the crayon kind of clusters. That may be irritating if you are very strict, paint by numbers kind of person here to you, but I kind of find it endearing in a way. Moreover, once you put a wet brush on it, you can brush the colors around. So yeah, there's a little like, we'll put a couple of marks up there, one here. Okay, and we'll come along here like that's the top of the building. And we're coming up here into other structures. I really shouldn't worry about trying imitating Monet too much here. So let me not. Let me just say, yeah, okay, that looks like fun. The reason that it is worthwhile to try and imitate is very thoughtful, I think, about his colors and where he put it. Probably had enough experience that he could do it very well in kind of a systematic way here. So we're going to bring these structures around. Let's suppose there's like an important door there. And some doors over here, or windows or something, hints of that I'll put over there. Hints of maybe building structure and more doors across here. Okay, and come down here. So let's bring some of that down here and try now some of our other colors. Now here and there's this kind of orangish color shows up in the midst of the buildings. I don't know. I haven't read a biography on Monet or got the notes from this psychoanalyst, but I think he just liked things to have bits of color here and there. And so, in fact, let's come up here, and instead of going vertically, let's go horizontally, where we're thinking the water might come in here and come into play. Work around our little boat structure here, come across, again vertically, and on the bottom, kind of horizontal indications. Okay, building structure. And then he has this lighter color here. We're going to hope that blends with the Prussian blue in these buildings. We have not ever done this before. That's a weakness that Grandpa is now acknowledging. He has never, except for a few attempts at the delicate arts, he has never really tried to do the same painting twice, and I think that's a mistake. I mean, Monet looks like he had hundreds of haystacks and dozens of Venice skyline pictures, and so Grandpa is going to hereby repent and go out every day and try and do some of the same scene every day. So we're still doing these strokes mostly vertically up here in the building, and we'll come out here and get some of this blue marked out here in a Monet kind of impressionistic fashion here. I think the building out here comes out, of course, and these are getting bigger as they're getting closer, probably. So I should make them smaller out here, even in an impressionistic sense. And of course, they are bounded on either side by our other blue, and maybe we should do our kind of a little bit of our orangish color there, though. Again, if I had those notes from the psychoanalyst, I would know better what was intended and what we ought to do here. Okay, a little bit of here and there, maybe a hint of just a little bit of blue there. And it's coming together. You can see why this is so slow, probably with oils or with crayons, right? Is you have all the stabbing to do. And Grandpa's been doing most of these paintings with strokes and not so much dabs, but kind of like the way the Monet pictures look, and so. And again, going to do more experiments in general, and we'll try and keep you posted on those. Okay, so around the boat here now. So we can do a lot of that with our brushes, but I think the Monet crowd likes to do a lot of it here with dabs. So we're gonna, so I don't get sued by Friends of Monet, that famous Sicilian organization goes after amateurs like me. I think we will put more dabs in here, and now we're going to work our oranges and yellows here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get a broken piece of yellow crayon here, and just go through here, and then we'll put orange in. See how this works, how this looks. Okay, so Grandpa here is kind of stroking in the interest of time and bandwidth here. Yours, of course, and mine as well. Okay, so it looks like in the painting he has kind of more orange coming out in around this corner in a kind of beautiful fashion, and then the orange is diminished as we get further out around the building stronger. So maybe he's doing that for contrast. Huh? Yeah, maybe he's got more orange around the building because that's a nice contrast. Bob Ross will visit me tonight in my dreams and let me know for sure on that. Well, I don't. Grandpa doesn't deserve a dream from Bob Ross or anyone. Okay, so what do you think? We probably got enough here to start, and really, as I look now at this picture, there's more of this kind of orange color over here on this side here and up through these little spots here than I see elsewhere. More yellow here, more orange over on this side. So maybe I need to just put a little bit of orange up there for fun. Okay, let's spray it and then splash it. So the spraying is with our mister here. And just puts a little even coat of water over things here. And for these kinds of impressionist stuff, I think it's okay. We'll start over here and try and dabble some more. And dip our brush and come back and dabble some more. Now I was hoping for this kind of purple that would sort of blob up faster than it is blobbing up. That's okay. Okay. And over here. So as I bring my brush around, I notice that when we hit these pigments here, it makes them even brighter. So I'm beginning to think that spraying per se is not quite enough here on these impressionistic like paintings. And what we need to do is we need to touch it all up with our brush and make sure the blobs are where we want them. That is a technical course. I'm thinking of doing another webpage on Grandpa shows you how to blob, but I haven't decided. Okay, so you can see what we're doing here. Trying to get the sky kind of all now the same. I'm not sure how much we have to do on here. You can see Grandpa's neuropathy is a little bit active. But on the other hand, this is kind of in the impressionistic mode, so that's probably contributes a lot to the quality of the painting. Shakiness. Well, so far I'm happy with the results. Notice I am kind of trying to merge some of this kind of orange in the buildings here. And we'll come down here. And now the problem is around where this boat is, that's wanted to leave that kind of boat shape alone. So get my brush really clean and let those blobs just remain there, and work on our other blobs elsewhere. Yeah, really you do need to stroke your pigment. You don't have to get rid of it. In fact, we've used a lot of cases where we just left the pigment on there as part of the structure of the painting, but you can see here it's making the colors really come much more alive. So as the final section here, we're going to dip our brush here and put some Monet color kind of white here on it. Oh, good for you, Grandpa, just when you needed it ready. Okay, spray. What we do is we take the brush and we put it down and rub it around here like that to our white gouache till the brush separates a little bit, and we're just going to come through touch it up here and there. Not so much on the building, but the sky. And Grandpa. If I could support my hand better, I think it'd be even better. We do want some of this white to kind of merge, pick up some of the other colors here. Okay. And okay. I think what we'll do now is just let it rest for a minute and let it dry and take the tape off. Now Monet didn't do this, but this is our painting, right? It wouldn't be anything about Monet, but I'm going to take a bit of our white here and just highlight the top here of our boat. Can't tell if that's a sail or it's got to be a sail. It's too big for a person with a sizable Frenchman, but it's okay. I just did that a little bit with whitewash there. That sounded like something fun to do, and I'm satisfied with the rest. So let's just take the paint off. Okay, and there we have the completed, almost completely dry watercolor of Monet. That was a lot of fun. So, hey, we'll do a lot more fun ones. As Grandpa rolls himself more completely into this watercolor world. Hey, thanks for being with me today. Take care and be good to one another. Bye.